I originally began glass at university, where I went to study not glass but ceramics, and fell in love with the furnace, fell in love with molten glass, and since then I've been practicing my art. You have to combine all different aspects, all different skills to be able to create a piece. You're working, as I said, with gravity, you're working with the heat, you have to combine all of those things at the right and the perfect moment just to create a unique piece of glass. And every piece is unique because, I work with my hands and you're working with the elements that you could never ever get to the same. My first works were based upon nature and looking back at the natural world. I was quite inspired by flower and flower arranging, so most of my original pieces were based on floral designs. You have to have a clear idea of where you're going. It's not a process that halfway through you can stop and change. It's a process that has to begin, and it does have an ending, but that's an ending that has to happen during the making. So it is a developing process, but you have to have a clear visual idea of where you're wanting to go. I use, quite simply, traditional glass making tools. I use a blowing iron, jacks, tweezers and shears, and that's how I manipulate the glass. So originally I take the glass out of the oven using a blowing iron, and then using simple wet newspaper I begin to shape the glass using my hand. So it's a very tactile product, so you're very, very close to the material itself. Regarding the design of the piece, it's based upon the golden ratio. And the golden ratio you see in the floral world, we also see it in shells. And the initial shape came from looking at shell forms. And then my head comes quite simply to, it's all about working together. It's about using a process of showing glass to show the process of everything working in one direction. So you've got all different elements that work together to achieve a pinnacle, so that everything working together, helping each other, and that's what it's about, drives through the piece to reach the pinnacle. And that's how I've come up with the form. During the process of all the elements that come together to create the piece, all the things that you need to be able to do it, they sometimes change the piece. So you're making with a clear idea of where you want to go, but a creative mind, he works with all the other things that are happening around them, and they'll develop them maybe into a better piece. So each piece that I make, each time it changes slightly. You can feel the material, and you have to work with material, and you have to work with the other things around you, in your surroundings, to generate where you're going. And that's what I like about the material is, you might have a clear idea, but it can change in the process, and that's really interesting about it, working with glass. I've made this piece, but I've made this piece with the experience of working for other people and working with other people over the years. And it's those blocks of experience that I've been given, I've taken, I hope to pass on to other people, because you can do everything on your own, but it's really good that you can work as a team and you can pass your experiences on to develop a far better product of a different direction. So hopefully the people will understand that there's an inspiration to take your experiences, share your experiences and go further. That's the whole idea behind this sculpture.